We are live.
Terrific. At 5:01, I'm calling to order the Finance Committee for today, September 9th. And if we could get a roll call, please.
Certainly, Madam Chair. Counselor Cassett.
Here.
Counselor Lindell. Counselor Faulkner.
Here.
Counselor Lee Garcia is excused.
He is excused.
Chair Romero Worth.
I'm here.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
Terrific. Do we have changes to our agenda tonight?
Yes, Madam Chair, we have one change from staff. We are removing item K from the Finance Committee agenda. It will also be removed from the governing body agenda on Wednesday evening. It will be postponed to the September 23rd Finance Committee agenda.
Great. And are there any other changes?
No, none from staff, Madam Chair.
Changes from staff or from the committee, sorry.
Move to approve as amended.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as amended. All those in favor, aye. Anybody opposed? That motion passes. Approval of the consent agenda. I do believe we did have an item pulled.
That is correct, Madam Chair. Item B was pulled.
All right. Anything else the committee wants to hear tonight? And if not, is there a motion?
Move to approve as amended.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as amended. All those in favor, aye. Anybody opposed? That motion passes. We have one presentation tonight, kind of a fun one, finance staff recognition, and I'll turn it over to you, Director Oster.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. It is my honor and my pleasure to recognize our Assistant Finance Director, Alexis Latero. Do you want to come up, Alexis? Okay. So Alexis really needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce her anyway. Alexis is the Assistant Finance Director for the City of Santa Fe. She works with oversight of all programmatic, administrative, and financial activities of the city. She has 22 years of high-level budget and accounting experience, and 5 of those years have been here at the City of Santa Fe in the Finance Department. Alexis continues to work on implementing financial systems that will improve our city's budgeting and reporting requirements with the new Questica budget software. Alexis is leading that effort. I also wanted to acknowledge a couple of other things. Alexis had a very distinguished career in state government before coming here to the city. Among other things, she was a DFA budget analyst, which is a very important role in state government, and the administrative services director of a large state agency, regulation and licensing. And that's just a few highlights of a long and distinguished career in state government. Also, in addition to being a key leader here in the finance department for the city, Alexis serves on an international budget and finance committee for the Government Finance Officers Association. So she represents us on this international scale at conferences and trainings through the Government Finance Officers Association. And I believe we are going to be going to one in the fall, this fall. And
Yes, we have a meeting in Washington, DC in January.
yeah, so that's Geez, sorry. Alexis is doing an amazing job is the most important part of that. But Alexis is representing us at this very prestigious Government Finance Officers Association, including at national meetings such as the one upcoming in Washington, DC. I also want to thank Alexis specifically this evening for covering for me while I was away during August. I had a wonderful trip with my family, and Alexis was really instrumental in making that happen. So with that, Alexis, thank you so much for all that you do. And it is my pleasure to present you with this certificate of appreciation. We're so glad to have you and so grateful to have you. Would you like to say?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate this, but I'd also like to give a shout out to the finance team as a whole, because none of us could do our jobs without them.
Agreed. And we are always grateful to the whole team, but really appreciate the opportunity to single out your leadership because I do think you've done some amazing things in your tenure here. And I know I've found you to be of great value in my role as chair. And I know this committee, I think I can speak for, is very excited about the Questica software and that implementation. So really want to thank you for seeing that opportunity and the need and going after it, because we are very excited to see that in work and be able to utilize it as a committee, as the oversight of the council. So well earned recognition, and thank you for being here tonight to receive the award. Really appreciate it, and I'll defer to other members of the committee. Councilor Lindell.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us through some very, very tough times. You really stuck with us, and I would be remiss if I didn't say how much I enjoy working with you. Your cheerful attitude, you have a good sense of humor, you like a good laugh, and you know that I like working with that. So thank you very much. I've really, really enjoyed time working with you. Stick around.
Councilor Cassett.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I also just want to thank you and for sticking with us really through those hard times, that you were there for some of the most difficult and really helped ride the storm, and of course took over as interim director for I don't know how long, but thank you for what that time period was, because I know it was definitely a challenge. And I just really appreciate how much you are always willing to answer questions. You're always such a wealth of knowledge. And as Councilor Lindell said, a very fun person to be around, always cheers me up, which is very much appreciated in this work. So thank you.
Councilor Faulkner.
As a new counselor, I just want to say thank you for all the work you've done for the city. And although I wasn't here until the tail end of the audits, working through that process, we really appreciate you doing that.
Thank you. Congratulations. Okay, with that, we will go to our consent agenda and go to item B. Request for approval of the American Rescue Plan Act Recovery Funds sub-recipient contract with Santa Fe Community College for the hire of a workforce program coordinator to promote and support the Santa Fe Community College's trades and certifications programming in the total amount of $250,000 through December 31st, 2026. Boy, can I read? And we have a different person on the agenda than you. Okay, maybe I'll let you introduce yourself and your staff and take it from there. And I don't know, Councilor Lindell, did you want them to speak to this a bit, or do you just? Okay, so Johanna Nelson is our acting. Well, why don't you just introduce yourself, because you have a lot of hats, and I'm not sure which hat you're wearing tonight. And then we'll go to Councilor Lindell.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. I'm Joanna Nelson. I'm the Director of the Economic Development Office, and I'm joined today with Lizzie Portillo, who is on the agenda as our workforce specialist and has been helping us move this contract forward. As well, I believe we were going to be joined tonight by Lori Taylor, who is online representing SFCC.
Okay, we'll see if they join. And I believe Councilor Lindell, you pulled this. We'll let you just jump in.
Just have a couple of quick questions on this.
I think your mic, or maybe it's not close to you. There you go.
Am I not working? Yeah, thank you. I didn't see within this an evaluation of performance and deliverables. Is it there?
Madam Chair, members of the committee, Counselor, thank you for the question. We outline the scope of work for the coordinator, and we also, in the subrecipient template that was given to us by the U.S. Treasury and we are using for this contract, it outlines that we will work with the contractor to generate a monitoring report that not only comes to us, but also we will share with US Treasury at the intermittent uh, uh, timings and intervals that we have to report to Treasury on our ARPA usage of funds.
Okay, I appreciate that. I just always like to see that we define what the deliverables are and that we have a way of evaluating that we got what we paid for. The second thing is, I don't know if you can pull up page 42 of 44 of the packet. It's Exhibit B, budget. There?
Madam Chair, counselors, I'm pulling it up right now.
No, just let me know when you're there. Don't feel hurried.
Page 44.
Believe page 42, Exhibit B, the budget.
Budget, okay.
It's 19 of 19 on the hard copy, I think, but 42 of 44 in the packet.
Got it.
I don't. Okay, so, how does the tuition figure into this budget? This is an ask for 250,000. So how does the tuition figure in? Because it puts us, the numbers that add up for the 125 are sans the 53, 154 in that first year.
Madam Chair, members of the committee, thank you for the question. We are estimating the cost of actually hiring the coordinator, and the tuition is loosely based off of the matrix that is identified that presents the numerous certification programs. Each one of those certification programs, I believe we've got about 13 that are identified in the trains and certificate programs. Those tuitions vary. I think on average, it's about, looking at this on a quick scan, is about 1,800 to 2,000 per certification credit. The variables here could mean that depending on need and application of the student, they might have a variety of financial needs, whether that's full tuition, it's a cost of a book, it's a transportation cost, it's a loose variable. So those are estimates to capture a balance that we're available to pay in support of students obtaining a certification.
So I'm still just a little bit lost. This is for 250,000. Where is that extra money coming from?
The additional roughly 100,000 for tuition. Madam Chair, members of the committee, I'd like to ask Lizzie to add some enhancement to.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good to be with you all, members of the committee.
Madam Chair, I get it all the time. Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, members of the committee,
Perfect.
here with you all tonight. My name is Elisa Portillo.
Can you speak into that mic a little clearer?
So
A little better?
I'm a little
Yeah.
hearing deficient.
Well, and the other thing you should know is that we can hear you in the chamber, but if people watch this on demand or if they're watching it streaming, they can't hear you unless you're talking into the mic. So it's all good, but thanks.
Thank you. Madam Chair, members of the committee, my name is Elisa Portillo. I go by Lizzie, so happy to be joined by you all tonight. I think that's a wonderful question you have there, Committee Member Lindell. So when we're looking at the budget, we've got a breakdown of 250,000 over 2 years. We're looking at this budget. The salary of the individual who's going to be taking the position for year one is $52,062. And so that is broken down into the second column where we have the second year, which is 53,603 position. The tuition is the 53,154 for year one and 51,000 for year two. So that's going to be broken down into the other elements that Director Nelson outlined here as well. Does that clear up your question or no?
Oh, I don't know where the 53,154 is coming from because in year one, the 5219 adds up to the 71, and then you I don't know, you have a total of 196,846.
Okay, I do see this in the total. But when we look at the budget in the bottom, that 125 and the 125 are the totals that we're looking at. Those are the correct amounts here. And I think we may have just spotted an error in this budget, but the way that we are looking at breaking this down is 125 for year one and 125 for year two. If you look a bit lower, there are budget notes where we can go into depth about what that salary looks like with the fringe benefits and what that breakdown for tuition is for year one. And if we look at year two, there's in the notes, there's the total for the salary, the fringe benefits, and then the broken amount for tuition fees and other tools that may be needed for the program. So the way that breakdown looks is for year one with fringe benefits for the position is $71,846. The portion that's going to go to tuition fees and textbooks for year one is $53,154. We look at year two, the breakdown for the salary is $74,000. Those are including the fringe benefits. And $51,000 for year two would be going towards tuition, fees, and textbooks. Does that better outline a good answer for you, Counselor?
Got it. I just don't know where the 196,846 comes from.
I believe that may have been an error in the Excel document originally. My
Let's
apologies.
go ahead and get that corrected in the packet for when it comes to yeah. I think it's an error.
It does look like it.
Because all the rest of it makes sense to me. I get it. But let's just get it corrected. We're all good. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor.
Okay, other questions from the committee? Not, is there a motion? Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this item. All those in favor, aye. Oh, actually, do I have to take a roll call? I think I do.
You probably should just.
Right, if you would do that quickly.
Okay. Counselor Cassidy,
Yes.
Counselor Lindell, Counselor Faulkner,
Yes.
Chair Romero Worth.
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you for being here tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, we don't have any discussions, matters from staff.
None at this time.
Okay, matters from the committee. Matters from the chair. Our next meeting is Monday, September 23rd. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for coming down tonight.